and welcome to Roads Renewed. My name is Kosi Anyao. This program, brought to you by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, highlights the agency's ongoing efforts to improve and maintain Nigeria's federal road infrastructure. On this episode of Roads Renewed, we turn our spotlights to a critical aspect of governance, the oversight functions of the House of Representatives Committee on FEMA. As a key federal agency charged with maintaining and rehabilitating Nigeria's road network, FEMA's operations are central to national infrastructure development. But just how well is the agency performing its mandate? And what does legislative oversight entail vis-a-vis FEMA's operations? That's where the lawmakers step in. The House of Representatives Committee on FEMA plays a vital role in ensuring that road projects are executed according to budgetary provisions, timelines, and specifications. Through oversight visits and budget defense sessions, the committee oversees FEMA's activities from contract awards to project execution and financial management. This oversight is not just about checks and balances. It's about ensuring Nigerian taxpayers get value for money and that road infrastructure meets the needs of citizens. The work on the committee remains essential in pushing for transparency, improved performance, and ultimately better roads across the country. As we delve deeper today, we'll explore how this legislative watchdog function can be strengthened for the benefit of all Nigerians. Roads Renewed will be right back after this short break. Please stay with us.
We've all seen it. We feel the bad roads, the wear and tear on our vehicles, which are not just caused by weather conditions or contractors, but perhaps by lengthy years of non-active maintenance regime prior to the advent of FEMA. However, across Nigeria, FEMA is working tirelessly to monitor and maintain safe motorable roads. Our commitment is to your safety, your journey, and to our future. But these roads are a shared responsibility. When we desist from overloading, desist from indiscriminate dumping of refuse into water channels and other acts of road abuse, we would have been protecting the roads together. Safer roads mean smoother journeys, fewer breakdowns, and a stronger economy for everyone. It is a collective effort with lasting rewards. FEMA, committed to safer roads, our responsibility.
Welcome back to Roads Renewed, a program brought to you by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA. Before the break, we explored the vital oversight role of the House of Representatives Committee on FEMA in ensuring our roads are properly maintained and public funds are judiciously used. To take this conversation further, we were honored to speak with a key voice in this process, the chairman of the House Committee on FEMA, Honorable Engineer Aderemi Oseni. He represents the good people of Ibarapa East, Ido Federal Constituency in Oyo State, and brings a wealth of experience as both a legislator and a professional practicing engineer. Take a look at the interview. Today, we are chatting with another government stakeholder overseeing FEMA's activities in improving and managing the country's road infrastructure. Welcome, sir. Could you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, my name is Engineer Dr. Aderemi Oseni. I am representing the entire people of Ibarapa East, Ido Federal Constituency. I am a structural engineer by profession, and I'm from Oyo State.
Thank you very much, sir. It's nice to meet you, sir. Sir, you recently embarked in the oversight activities of the FEMA. Could you enlighten us on what that is about?
Yes, we've been to some of the zones in the country. We were meant to visit 6 zones. We have covered 5 already. We are left with South-South. that we have not been to. All the zones that were visited, the general assessment of what FEMA has done so far so good in the year 2024 appropriation, we could say that we are pleased with what we saw on ground. The general objective of our tour was to reconcile what FEMA brought to us on paper, reconciling them with what were actually done on site. And when we look at few of the projects that we visited in line with the documentation that is submitted, our general opinion was that they have done sufficiently well within the limit of financial grace that they have in the course of their activities. Because when you look at the challenges that has to do with our road infrastructure, we need a lot of funding for them to be able to do more than expected. And objectively, I can say they have done very well.
Okay, so thank you very much. In your opinion, would you say that is there something actually that the National Assembly is doing to aid what is currently going on with the FEMA?
Yes, we have been struggling with their overall performance because virtually everybody in the country is not pleased with our road infrastructure. But you cannot formit what you have not swallowed. There is no way you can give what you don't have. As it is beyond them. What we are trying to do as legislature has to do with how they could get an improved funding. We have been making sufficient effort on that and see how we could collaborate with the executive to see how their funding standards could be improved. Because what they have for now, if it is anything to go, with, they don't have enough for them to be able to deliver the service that is expected of them. The government inherited completely failed road infrastructure, and that is what we are struggling with now. Thank God we have a listening government. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria currently, based on our day-to-day complaints, is already looking at how FEMA will be improved, how they will improve their funding. In the legislative aspect of our activities, it is part of our responsibility to see how we could come up with specific laws that will assist them more in their activities. We have an existing act that they are working with, but the act, when you look at it, there are a lot of loopholes. Particularly, there was this fuel tax, 5% fuel tax that they were supposed to be given annually, where they will be able to, make useful progress in the road maintenance activities across board. These 5% have never been given to them. They didn't have it. Why? Because it was an open-handed act, so nobody can be tracked down for the execution of that aspect of the law. So that's part of what we are trying to review. We have done sufficient work on that, and I'm sure by the time it's presented to the executive and the president in particular, I feel that it will be a major breakthrough for FEMA if we're able to get this 5% tax for them to be able to continue their activity. Not that FEMA will be spending this 5%. The 5% will be shared by FEMA and the state FEMA, road maintenance agencies as well, that is the state and the federal. Meaning that if FEMA is giving 100 million naira, FEMA will take 40% of that 100 million naira. The 60% will be given to states for them to share within the 36 states in the whole federation. Basically, That's one of the areas that we're looking at. And we're still looking at some areas where we can galvanize and see how we can improve in the legislative capacity that will really strengthen them more and see how FEMA will be able to do better.
You did mention about the collaboration between the legislative and executive and the budget in terms of the budgeting. And it's like you threw some light on the 5% user charge. Would you be able to throw some more light on the budgeting? Is there any specific thing that you guys are doing to support them?
Yes.
Guys.
If you are very conversant with the 10th Assembly's activities in recent time, there were occasions where we have raised specific motion on how the budgets of FEMA could improve, even before the 2025 appropriation was, presented. We were demanding specifically in clear terms, if 20% of Federal Ministry of Works appropriation annually can be tailored to road maintenance directly paid to FEMA. The motion was approved. Everything was done in good faith on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, hoping that the desire of the National Assembly will be put into reality, that government will be, gracious enough and give them that support. Even if they were unable to give them the 20% as expected, if they are demonstrated a clear commitment in that area, I think it will have been able to help FEMA to be able to improve on where we are.
You did mention about how the House have actually tried to reiterate on that act.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think there's something that FEMA can actually do on their own part to make sure that that act is implemented, even though they are actually doing something with other institutions?
FEMA can do a lot, just as we were doing as the National Assembly, to see how we could improve on their funding pattern. They too can equally contribute by collaborating with the executive as well. FEMA is an agency of government. It's not a ministry of its own. So they don't actually have that capacity to present a budget that they can see through independently. What they need to do is to collaborate. And that was why I was saying that there is no human being, no individual that can succeed in isolation. So success has to do with some degree of collaboration, networking. When you network, you'll be able to, achieve your desire aim in the course of your activities in life. FEMA needs specifically now need to collaborate with other arms of government, not necessarily the supervising ministry, for them to succeed, or international communities. They need to collaborate with international communities. So if they collaborate with a lot of international partners, met some of the challenges that they are confronting now, FEMA can equally improve in their capacity building. Capacity building because of the quality of our university graduates that we have these days. Some of the universities, their curriculum needed to be upgraded for these new graduates to be able to be efficient enough for them to be able to do what is currently going on all over the world. You don't keep on using the same approach that people have been using for almost 20, 50 years ago, in the course of your training, in the course of developing our young engineers that are coming up. They should develop our engineers, send them on training, let them go and develop them on how they could work in a way that will improve on their efficiency at home. We've
been speaking to Honorable Adeyemi, Senate Chairman, House Committee of FEMA. So before I let you go, I just want to hear from you. What do you Nigerians expect from FEMA in the coming years, in line with the renewed agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Yes, fantastic question. we want to look at it from two angles. The first thing is I will expect or advise that Nigerians should be a little patient with this administration, particularly when it comes to road infrastructure. I have heard a lot where people are saying, the minister is not doing anything, the minister is doing something, there is no road work, that the minister, fine. You see, we didn't inherit any good road. Almost everywhere that you can think of in Nigeria as a zone have issues. So, if you already have a failed infrastructure, fixing it requires 1, patient, 2, a lot of funding, 3, commitments from government. And these are exactly what the current government is doing, particularly the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his Renew Hope agenda that is currently, going on.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that very interesting conversation. And that's it from our guest today, Honorable Aderemi Oseni. He has been very enlightening with a lot of ideas for FEMA in terms of collaboration, technology, accountability, and all. And see you again in our next episode of Roads Renewed. I am Dr. Kosi Anyao.
We've all felt it. The dangerous potholes that destroyed our cars and caused accident, the bad roads, the washout, the cut-off bridges and embankments that prolong our journey time. But across Nigeria, something new is happening. Committed officials of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency FEMA are on the ground. They are not just patching the potholes, they are monitoring, updating and reporting the conditions of our roads, undertaking maintenance operations and renewing hopes, connecting our communities one bit by bit. From bustling markets to long-haul journeys, better roads mean safer trips, faster trade, enhanced security, reduced vehicle maintenance costs, and more precious time with loved ones. This is the commitment of FEMA, investing in our infrastructure, investing in our future. Roads renewed. FEMA, connecting Nigeria.
As part of our continued focus on road rehabilitation and maintenance across the country, we now take you to Cross River State, where impactful work is being done under FEMA's mandate. This particular intervention covers a stretch between kilometer 13 plus 220 to 13 plus 990 along Ikomwula Obudu Road, located in Ekimke village within Etung local government area of Cross River State, amounting to a total length of 680 meters. It may seem modest in distance, but its impact on local mobility, economic activity, connection of destinations and safety cannot be overemphasized. Let's take a look at this short documentary.
The Etung local government area, nestled in the lush greenery of Cross River State, lies Ekimke, a community which has famine and subsistence agriculture as its major preoccupation. Over the years, the dilapidated road network has been one of the major challenge of the people of this area, especially between kilometer 13 plus 220 to kilometer 13 plus 990 along the Ikomwula Obudu Road. This road serves as a lifeline not just to Ekimke, but to farmers, traders and school children across two local government areas. It is a critical and vital economic corridor for major agricultural goods.
This is Ikomwula Obudu Road. It is a federal road in Cross River State, a major road that links about 4 local governments. This section of the road change 13 plus 220 to change 13 plus 990 in Ekimke community of Etung local government area. Some months back, this road was in a deplorable state with serious failures along the road caused by the age of the road, high traffic volume and high traffic load.
the Federal Road Maintenance Agency FEMA, as part of its mandate, intervened. With targeted rehabilitation, engineers stabilized the road base using filter layers and sand filling before carefully priming and laying asphaltic concrete under strict temperature control.
Because of that failure, the community had experienced high rates of accidents, and the road users found it difficult to bring their farm produce from the farmland to the cities. Some months ago, FEMA had awarded this section of the road to a contractor, Messrs. John Parker Investment Limited, and was closely supervised. Members of this community are very happy, and they really appreciate the federal government of Nigeria and FEMA in particular for coming to rehabilitate this section of the road.
Last year, I was spending much money. Before motor will come here, before motor will go back, it will be very hard for me, and I will be spending money so much. But now, the transportation is easy. It's easier now for me.
This road was ongoing area. People did not like to go. We suffered. Those of us using money to pay machine or motor, we know what we are suffering from. But I will send a thanksgiving to the people of Vema, because they have really done enough for us.
The job done, particularly in my place, Ekamkai, we were perfectly done. I was done in the way of specification because I saw them from the scratch, where they brought machines to excavate the soil, remove all coal tar. They did stone base. They poured the coal tar the way it's supposed to be, and we are happy that government can still remember that people like this are here. The FEMA did a fine job. As you look at the sea vehicles passing, you see motorcycles are passing, and our farm products have been carried to Wicom in an easy way.
In the past, the road was so bad that I was even feeling lazy to come to my farm. But now that at least they have worked the road, I love it. I appreciate it.
I really say thank you to FEMA for the work they have done, and hoping that they will do more for us.
Every material was tested. Every layer was monitored. Quality assurance was not optional. It was essential.
The materials used for the construction were properly tested for quality control to ensure durability of the project.
Beyond Ekim K, FEMA extended its intervention to another critical corridor, Calabar-Obang-Ekeng Road, at kilometer 4+200 to kilometer 4+400. The swampy terrain and absence of drainage left the road in a deplorable state.
This is Calabar-Obang-Ekeng Road, a major road in Cross River State that links Cross River State and the Republic of Cameroon. It also links to the Lafarge Cement Company, Welders Farm Estates, JP Farm, and other agro-based industries in the state. This section of the road, Channel 4-200 to Channel 4-400, had been in a deplorable state. The failure here was caused by the swampy nature of the environment, absence of drainage structures.
Now the road is better because the other time the road was so bad. So now at least the road is fine.
Before the road is so bad, but now it's better, very nice. No hold up again. Everybody pass very well. So I thank those people, they do this work. God will bless them.
I give FEMA the kudos because they have tried for us, especially driving at night is always very, when you slow at night, danger can come across. So with this, I think those things are far from us.
FEMA also introduced safety features near schools, ensuring children and traders can move without fear.
In line with the President's renewed Hope agenda, I've been able to maintain this section of the road. During the maintenance process, the construction process, gravel filters was introduced on the subgrade to help stabilize the subgrade. so that it will be able to carry the high traffic load here. Sand filters was also used before stone base and other materials. For quality control, different tests were carried out on the materials used here to ensure standard work.
From Akinke to Calabar Ekang, these roads are more than asphalt. They are bridges of hope, linking communities, opening markets, and restoring dignity. Once neglected, now reconnected. This is the story of renewed roads, renewed hope.
That will be all on today's episode. Before we sign off, please note that this is a bi-monthly program broadcast right here on this station. We invite you to stay tuned for upcoming episodes as we bring you compelling stories, on-the-ground reports, and exclusive interviews from across the country. We welcome your feedback and engagement through our official platforms. Facebook, Official FEMA Nigeria Headquarters. X, Fed Roads NGR. You can also write us an email, info@fema.gov.ng, or visit our website, www.fema.gov.ng. Until next time, I'm Kosi Anyao, and on behalf of the entire production team, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.
Mosaic of time in the kaleidoscope of life. Time is a masterpiece. A delicate piece when we wait. A vibrant shard when we're late. A dark fragment when we're sad. A radiant tile when we're happy. An intricate pattern when we're in pain. A